Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Action 52, and when last we left off, I've actually managed to complete one of the games in Action 52, which makes me the de facto Billy Bob champion of the entire world. It's not like anyone's actually going to try and contest that title. This is an Action 52 game after all. We're going to move on from the expert games and play the very first intermediate game, Sharks.
Level 1.
We are Diver Dave, and we are deep underwater, and already I have several questions about this game. Firstly, how are we able to stay underwater for this long? We don't appear to have an oxygen tank. We also don't appear to have anything that's holding all of these harpoons that we're firing, from a harpoon launcher that is being lazily held under our armpit, and yet we can fire it with pinpoint accuracy at all of these sharks. A single harpoon is sufficient to take care of a shark, and I imagine if they touch us even once, and even slightly, we will also perish. We can only have one harpoon on the screen at any time. The fish do not hurt us. I imagine the air bubbles, yep, they do not hurt us, and we can go up to the surface. It doesn't do anything. The sharks only appear to be swimming from right to left or left to right. They're not homing in on us, and they don't have any kind of ranged projectile. I say that because in an Action 52 game, that is a possibility. Level 1 is complete. Different music? Different music. I wonder why Diver Dave is killing all of these sharks. You do know that on average, toasters kill more people every year than sharks do by quite a substantial margin, right? I doubt he can hear us. He is, after all, deep underwater. Also, his hair appears to be entirely unaffected by being deep underwater. Is he wearing so much hair gel but it's one giant solid lump? Who can say? He's certainly not saying anything, and neither are the sharks. Because they're sharks. I hope there are more difficult sharks that appear later, because if there aren't, this is going to be a rather simple, yet long game. I only can imagine what the easy games are going to be like. They may be easy, they may not be, because any of these games could still have strange difficulty spikes from the way the levels are set out and the gameplay is conducted, and they could also have some very particular hitboxes. If the sharks could talk, I wonder what they would say. Mainly, "What are you doing, Diver Dave? We're just swimming around." Level 3, and there are some faster sharks now. We need to watch out, because we can't avoid them as easily. They do have a different death sound, and that shark bravely took the harpoon for the other shark. Still not exceptionally difficult, though, right now. I imagine there are going to be different sharks introduced even further in. Will they be sharks that will outsmart Diver Dave? All we need to have is a shark that homes in on him, and then he'd be in some serious trouble. At least he does have flippers to make swimming that little bit easier. And some goggles so that he can see better. Take care of you, and you, and you. Combo! Do we get combo points? No, but it seems like we can rapid fire the harpoons when the sharks are hit, because it still counts as a target until the shark disappears. I wonder if we can still perish if we touch a shark that is perishing. I'm going to try my best not to find out. We may be able to get through this game as well. We can't see our score, but I can only imagine it's rocketing up with every shark that we defeat. I imagine the faster ones are worth more points. Or maybe there isn't a score. Though there is 1,665, we can only see it there. I imagine every single game has a score. I haven't been paying attention to the scores because typically I haven't got anywhere near close to finishing any of the games. Billy Bob was the only one where the score ultimately mattered. Take care of you two, and then you, and then you. We're seeing more of that shark. I imagine we have to defeat so many sharks to get to the next level. I doubt it's going to be a case of, well, and we perished. We got eaten immediately and reduced to a skeleton. That is what happens when you lose. That is extremely expedient eating from the sharks there. Just instant chow. We're going to wait a bit here. There's also no current for us to contend with. That was a little too close. You've got to be careful there, Diver Dave. You were very nearly shark food. There are lots of sharks now. It's getting more dangerous. I imagine the next level is going to be even more challenging. Ooh, we narrowly avoided being eaten there. All the sharks
5.
disappear as soon as we move to another area. Ah, we're not just fighting sharks anymore, we're also fighting jellyfish. The jellyfish don't appear to be any more challenging than any of the sharks. They do appear in bigger numbers, and one harpoon is sufficient for a jellyfish. Do need to be careful though. I imagine they will still somehow manage to completely eat us if we get into contact with them. We'll just take care of you, and you, and you, and all of you as well. One jellyfish shielded the other. Very clever. It's getting a little bit more challenging, but only a little. I imagine it's not going to get too much more difficult until we get to level 7, whereupon a new foe will be introduced, a new dangerous foe. The sharks and the jellyfish are teaming up now against Diver Dave. It's understandable, he is basically harpooning everything that moves that isn't a tiny fish. Let's see about... oh, careful! We're not seeing so many of the very slow sharks anymore, though I say that and immediately there are loads of them. Typical, eh? And we lost another life. We still have 2, though. Maybe we can pull the victory out from the jaws of defeat. Get it? Jaws? Never mind. That pun killed me! I suppose I deserved that. We have 1 more life to go. Let's just see if we can get to the next level and see what the next foe is. I imagine it's going to be a shark armed with a harpoon launcher. It would only be fitting at this point. We'll just stay down here for the moment. We can take care of you. I imagine there'll be some that are so low down that we can barely hit them, but we can probably still hit them. Fortunately, this game is not one that gives you extra lives, so there is definitely that layer of challenge. Take care of you, and you. The sharks look really unhappy when we harpoon them. It does make sense, we are harpooning them. Level 6 complete. We'll get to see the new enemy. If there is one. Not yet. Maybe there isn't a new enemy. Maybe it's just I don't see any of the slow ones anymore. No, wait, there are some. There are no new enemies. And I'm curious as to if we can perish by touching the jellyfish, and if we die in exactly the same way. Maybe we'll... well, that answers that. Yes, we do. Let us go to the next game, which is a 2-player game, Knockout. Here, this boxer is going to do battle with his identical twin. We can move backwards, we can move forwards, we can jump really high, and quite a lot of people in the crowd are wearing scarves. And we can punch our opponent. And that's pretty much all we can do. There's no special punches if you hold any directions, it's just punch our opponent. And I imagine if we punch our opponent enough, they will, fall over, and we'll proclaim victory! Round 2. You'd think that there wouldn't be a round 1 after we so soundly defeated our opponent, but no, this is the strange boxing world of Action 52. They must go through every single round, even if our opponent isn't even trying to fight back. If I had a second player, this would be a far more gripping challenge, with us jumping around to ridiculous heights, which really doesn't happen in boxing. Also, everyone is cheering except the people on the very first row and the very furthest back row. They are stoic. Time for round 4. We appear to be unanimously winning. In theory, once we win more rounds than it's possible for our opponent to win, we should just be given the victory. And also, these boxers' pants are entirely stationary when they're punching or being hit. That is quite an achievement. They remain stationary when you're moving as well. Also, that movement really doesn't look fluid. It looks like one of the legs is dragging the other one around. There doesn't appear to be any way to block either. Maybe if you both punch at the same time, it counts as a block. Either way, we are victorious! This is going to be another game that I win, but I'm not actually counting as a victory because there literally is no challenge here. literally no challenge. We'll just keep punching here. We can punch quite quickly if we want to. Very quickly. Time for the next round. This round is going to pretty much go exactly the same as the other ones did. If you'd paid a lot of money to see this pay-per-view, you'd be wanting your money back, because it would be over in about 50 seconds. Round 8. It is time for Blue Pants to face Red Pants. He looks really angry when he's punching. He also doesn't have any pupils in his eyes. And that's the victory. No, wait, he does. There they are. It just doesn't look like you can see them when you're looking at the person from the side. Let's take you out. A few more punches should do the trick, and then this game will be over. And there we go. We're victorious, mainly because our opponent didn't actually try and fight back. And we get kicked to the title screen, whereupon we now go to Intruder. Oh, I remember this one. This one, we have to move, I think, from left to right, avoiding robots that are trying to get us. We can fire, and these walls are fatal, a la Berserk. I wonder if they were trying to harness the gameplay of Berserk with this game. I imagine these robots will kill us if we even touch a tiny bit of them. But fortunately, as long as we don't get too close to the walls, we'll be fine. The game does scroll both left and right, which is quite a thing. I was half expecting that not to be the case. We're going to run this way, and it looks like we're not wearing any shoes. I think we are, but it looks like we're not. Take care of you. And that was very particular. And that's what I remember about this game being difficult. The fact that the walls have very particular hitboxes. Is this exactly the same level? It may be exactly the same. Perhaps the levels are set. The monsters won't be, the robots that we're facing. They'll appear randomly. But I imagine the actual layout of a level is predetermined. Yep, we don't want to go that way, we want to go this way. And this time, I managed to actually get past there. Let's try our best to get past here, and we were successful. If a robot were to appear there, we'd have definitely perished. Can we go this way? Well, we completed the level, and that is more than I expected we'd be doing. I imagine we're going to, That is some quite tense music. Are we going to find some really dangerous robots? Are we going to have robots that fire upon us? That could happen in level 3. If we get to level 3, I make no promises that we'll get to level 3. This level looks pretty much exactly the same as level 2. Or level 1, rather. Because they're both the same. I wonder if the layout of each level is, in fact, identical. And the only difference is how many foes we'll end up facing. Maybe it loops. I could actually see it looping. We'll go this way. And up and take a shot at you. And perish. Vaporizing as soon as we come into contact with any robots. We're just going to head up, I think. We won't perish there, but we may perish if we go this way. Careful. Oh, we brushed our head against that electrified wall and vaporized. Gotta watch out for that. If only we were wearing some kind of protective suit that would shield us from the damage. But no, we're not wearing any such thing. But we did get to level 3. We'll get to see if there's any new opponents. Also, that was a really slow version of the victory theme. I don't think there are... Well, I didn't react there in time, did I? But I don't think there are any new opponents. So, let us move on to the next game, Echo. Use the cursor and the C button to repeat each pattern. This is Simon, isn't it? Yep, this is Simon. Definitely. And it's a dull version of Simon as well. And I got it wrong. Oh dear, now we've lost a life. I don't think I really need to show off anything when it comes to Simon. It's a pretty identifiable game. So you know what? I'm going to get everything wrong. I think it was this one. Wrong.
Level 1.
Will we ever get to level 2? No. Because I'm going to make sure we don't. Though this is a game that you definitely could get to the end of quite easily. I got that right by mistake. That right by mistake. That right by mistake. But I got it wrong that time. Haha! My ability to get things wrong in video games knows no bounds. Seriously, it really knows no bounds. I have plenty of evidence. Case in point.
Level
One more life to go. And I know which one not to press. That one. Although there is the sound of a dog barking. Alas, we have failed and we only got 120 points. But that's okay, because now we are going to play Freeway.
Level 1.
We are a dog. This dog is going to be called Fluffles, and Fluffles has to get across the road and get those things on the other side and bring them back to here. Fluffles is very fast, able to move with great speed in any direction. He can actually strafe faster than some cars can move. These cars he matches the speed of. I imagine there'll be ones that are slower. Let's cross the road here. Look left, look right, and then go, Fluffles! We can walk straight through that barrier and grab the ball. It's amazing that we don't burst the ball. There we go. Let's quickly cross while there are no cars. Also, that traffic light there is just switching pretty much at random. I wouldn't trust that traffic light, and it seems like nobody else does, as they're just ignoring it. There's a frisbee. Put that there, and I believe we have to go and collect that there. It looks like a Christmas cracker, though I highly doubt it is. Level complete? Level complete. Fluffles is such a good dog.
Level 2.
Level 2. I wonder where his owner is. Never mind, let's just go get more balls. There are 3 here. Maybe the owner's just waiting for Fluffles to go and retrieve them. Right, I threw these all the way across these 2 large roads. Off you go get them. Dog looks up and goes, oh. It's like, nope, I'm not going to go get them. I could just use that walkway over there, but you have to cross the road multiple times. This reminds me of a show that I used to watch when I was very young, The Animals of Farthing Wood. There was a whole episode devoted to them getting over a small road. It was very dangerous. And then later, there was an episode devoted to them going across a motorway. That was a lot more dangerous. I'm not going to tell you if all of them made it out. You'll have to watch it yourself. We are safe as long as we stay on the grass or in the middle. I don't want to see what happens when we fail, but we might not fail. We might also be the undisputed freeway champion of the world. There are more things for us to recover. And we are really fast, or we're really massive, because look at the size of Fluffles as opposed to these vehicles. Fluffles is huge! Maybe they're slowing down because they see the giant mutant dog and don't want to actually anger it. Could probably rip open the cars. And we have everything. Level complete. Let us move on to level 4. They're getting faster. We can now no longer outpace them. Not all of them anyway. Let's go and get that and be very careful. We don't want to perish here. And over here we go. We'll get this one. And very quickly cross while it is empty on this side. And go back and get this. Rinse and repeat. Uh-oh. Stay in the middle. Well done, Fluffles. You avoided peril. Better than what some of my characters do in D&D. They're really bad at avoiding peril. I'm reminded of that because one of my characters did indeed have a dog. Didn't end well for the dog, I'm afraid. We'll go and, oh, careful. And go and get this. And, oh, careful. No cars on this side at all. And we even got everything nice and collected together. Alright, Fluffles. We'll try and get over here and grab all of this. Nothing on this side at all? Haha! The game was joking with you. There was actually someone waiting there. There are still some very slow cars that definitely should not be being so slow in the lanes that they're in. The outer lanes are typically for... Also, there appears to be no special rhyme or reason as to which ones are going fast and which ones are going slow. That supports the thing I was about to say, which is that nobody's really paying attention to which lanes should be for overtaking. At all. We'll just go here. And then here. Oh! And that's what happens when you accidentally touch a car. That hitbox was not where I thought it would be. Fluffles has perished. We're going to have to go and get this and head down here. All the things that we picked up... Uh-oh! That's no good. We've lost another life. All the things that we picked up before disappeared. So let's see about getting this and getting back over here. Aha! Careful, Fluffles. You have more lives than the average dog, but you still only have a finite number of lives. Oh. Careful. There we go. And we'll just go over... Oh dear! Excellent side strafing there. You are the master of strafing. Oh, and the master of avoiding getting hit by that car. Specifically, those hitboxes are far larger than I thought they were. There's only one more thing for us to get, and it's over here. Downside, of course, it's right by the edge of the screen, so we have very little time to react. Unfortunately, game over. Fluffles didn't make it. And when we come back, folks, we will move on to game number 24, Mousetrap, and then on to a game that I have quite a few memories of, Ninja. There are quite a few of these intermediate games, and then we are on to the easy games. But they are still far away. We're only on game 24. We aren't even halfway. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.